What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I'm Wayno. Before I get started, if you like what it is that I do, hit that sub button, hit them likes, hit that hype. Hey, Drake. They done threw this shit out like Brenda's baby. All right, listen, man. Listen. Before we get to anything, I want to put it out there that so many people pretended and acted like this was some noble quest that Drake was going on. This noble quest to fight for other artists and do things right, because UMG was just this horrible conglomerate of people who take the rights of artists and throw them in the trash, who do them so dirty, Listen, man, listen. This shit was plain and simple. It started from the beef. You had no plans on suing UMG before the beef started, brother. You got spanked. You got your ass beat. You know what I'm saying? You got your ass beat. You know that person that come on the block, man, I'll fight whoever, what's up? And then once they get the going and they get their ass beat and they get ran off the block, they start talking about what they gonna do. Well, today, we're going to go through, not the whole thing, because I'm not about to read no whole court document and all that. I'm reading small pieces of it and a couple of quotes, and we're going to go through a couple of videos from people who's talking too much. United States District Court, Southern District of New York, Aubrey Drake Graham is the plaintiff versus UMG Recordings. Janetta A. Vargas is the judge. It says this case arises from perhaps the most infamous rap battle in the genre's history. The vitriolic war of words that erupted between superstar recording artists Aubrey Drake Graham and Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. This shit is starting like, at the dawn of time. Like, that's how it's going, right? In the spring of 2024, over the course of 16 days, the two artists released 8 so-called diss tracks with increasingly heated rhetoric, loaded accusations, and violent imagery. Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar dealt the metaphorical killing blow. The song contains lyrics explicitly accusing Drake of being a pedophile, set to a catchy beat or propulsive bass line. Not Like Us went to become a cultural sensation, achieving immense commercial success and critical acclaim. Both Drake and Kendrick Lamar have recording contracts with the defendant UMG Recordings. Drake alleges that UMG intentionally published and promoted Not Like Us while knowing that the song's insinuations that he has sexual relations with minors were false and defamatory. We don't have to go back to all of the things that happened within this shit. We don't have to go back to that because we all remember. We all see it every day. You could tweet about the sun. It's going to go into Kendrick versus Drake. You could say that I miss when the Bulls and the Lakers used to play. Not like Kendrick Lamar and Drake. You could say, man, I actually listen, even when it comes to Drake, you could be like, you know what? I kind of like What Do I Miss? And then you greet it with all. This shit then turned fans to Democrats and Republicans. For real, it done turned the whole hip hop genre as fans into everybody's a record executive and everybody knows how to read a contract. This suit, Drake was requesting, y'all remember the episodes we did? Drake was requesting to know Dave Free's relationship with Kendrick's children. I mean, at that point, and What Did I Miss makes sense now, because I don't care if you like me, I don't care if you love me, I don't care if you like me. He probably knew that he was going to lose this too. But how the hell you get your ass beat in a battle and you get beat in a lawsuit? But remember the stuff that he was requesting. He wanted Kendrick's contract. He wanted all his agreements. He wanted to know the splits that he had with his company, the distribution deal. And I seen so many people talking about distribution deals that don't know shit about distribution deals or record deals at all. Listen, man, all right, cool. I don't even work in music no more. I just commentate on it. But it turned people into like these analysts of record contracts and music and all this other shit. And then we had the whole conversation about red buttons and shit.
a RICO money laundering situation between the 3 major labels and the biggest radio conglomerate in the world, plus MS, plus any other radio station across the country.
Right.
And guys, iHeart, I know you're watching. I think you're innocent.
Okay. Well, we're going to see.
I think iHeart's trying to buy NBC, something along those lines. iHeart, I'm here to stand with you. I don't think you guys are guilty. I could never see a world where Universal, Warner, or Sony would ever be in bed with iHeartMedia. I don't see a world where that happens.
So just to have fun here, based on something I said. So, do you understand the red button a little more now?
Oh, Drake's lawsuit certainly added to this.
Okay.
Significantly. From my understanding, it was in play already, but with the lawsuit and people having to now show and reveal things because of the lawsuit, it certainly didn't help.
Rory Moore, love y'all. What the fuck is the red button? Tell me what the red button is. Because I feel like in the past, which was 2018, Drake has pump faked all of these things. He had this record to Pusha T that was so dark and sinister and no coming back from it that he never let it go. The red button came and everybody speculated what this red button meant. Was it another diss record? What it was, the secret? What is it? What is it? Because, dude, we understand the red, but what the fuck? What's the red button? Would y'all tell me what the red button is? Please, somebody tell me what the red button is. And the coddling to make it seem as if, like I said, this was some legendary, noble act to protect and do this winning thing for artists is just ridiculous. Again, the shit was simple. Y'all both got out of pocket talking crazy about one another, and one just made a better song. That's the point that we all missing. That's the point that we all missing. You know why I'm happy that this suit got thrown out? Not just because of Drake, not just because of the battle, but there's a clearance process whenever you put records out. It's a clearance process. You got to get the files. You got to submit it for sample clearance. Once you hear that there's no sample, you got to hand in lyrics. You got to get a producer agreement intact. You got to get the first half paid to the producer. Most of these records got 10 producers on them now. They got loops from fucking Germany, the kid who did the loop. It's all types of stuff. So imagine if you, not even in a beef, but if something like this gets passed, and then every time you put out a song, let me tell you something, a clearance process for all the people, if you're a producer and you ever got a placement, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that you get one placement, your shit could be for $1,000, and they're gonna take 60 days just to pay you $500. And then the project never recoups, so you never get your other $500. If you're lucky enough to have a manager that's gonna fight for your positioning or even your publishing. So then we could have been put into a place where it damages the clearance process, but the clearance process is already fucked up. The clearance process been crazy since the beginning of music, especially once all that sampling shit came in. You know what I mean? And once artists started fighting for, oh, nah, you took my shit, interpolations. Listen, if this shit would have went through, it would have changed music forever and not in a good way. Now, first, initially, Spotify was named in it. Then that got put to the side. Then it was, who was it? It was, who else? iHeart got named in it. Then that was put to the side. Then it's like all this payola and FCC, all this stuff about how people was doing payola and all these RICOs and all that. Listen, let me tell you something. Where the fuck y'all niggas get y'all information from? All of y'all. All of y'all. All of y'all. And why do you, let me ask you, why do y'all act like y'all really care? Why do y'all act like y'all really care? Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. Keep in mind, I understand keeping the conversation going for the sake of content, but y'all, people have the fans acting like they care about what niggas' contracts say, and that is an extreme myth. Let's go to the time when Jim Jones was talking about this. Let's go to the time when Jim was talking about this and this noble act, I guess. The fuck?
Drake. Now it's official that he's really suing Universal.
Man, how many in the hood you know got lawsuits? How many niggas in the
It's
hood?
different, though.
How? How many niggas in the hood you know got lawsuit money? How's it different? He's in a different realm. Nigga. That's his hood.
But
He
I feel like
Y'all
it's where
niggas
the
is hating
lawsuit.
y'all hating on
I
this
feel like
lawsuit.
where the
Listen to me.
lawsuit's coming from.
Listen to me. Where's it coming from?
It's coming from a rap beef. That's giving them the motive to have the lawsuit.
You think about this shit wrong. You think about a bag or you think about a rap beef that's imaginary to the people. These are playing on the highest level of fucking entertainment. $1 billion game. Now, if he could catch $1 billion game in the midst of a rap beef, shitting me? Are you kidding me?
I think reputation matters. I think your image matters.
Bro, he's not snitching on nobody. He's catching a lawsuit.
No, I'm not. This has nothing to do with it. I'm not calling him a snitch.
Let's get this together. He's not in a court of law. He's not have a personal suing against Kendrick Lamar, which everybody seems to think that this lawsuit is about. He didn't sue Kendrick Lamar. He sued UMG, which is the biggest company that has the biggest bag. You one of them companies I get a chance to playing at that level to sue for billions, I'm going for it. You crazy?
I feel like there's unwritten rules, though.
Of what?
In the rap game.
Of what?
I'm never going to use a beef as a way to sue a record label.
You're making up your own unwritten rules. If he was suing Kendrick Lamar for defamation of character directly, papers got sent to him. People in the hip hop,
you know how many people you could sue?
People here in the hip hop game should be in a uproar. Like, oh, this nigga. Well, when Tracy Morgan just caught that bag, we was happy for him, right?
Of course, it was a car accident.
So how the fuck we not gonna be happy about somebody who get a bag from one of the biggest companies that been everybody anyway? You heard? So if it was on the flip side and a coalition of our smart rappers were to come together and be like, we're suing UMG for money retroactive for all of the bullshit games they've been playing and shit like that, it would have been, oh, hip-hop wins, one for the culture. But because this man is smart enough to use his turbulence to go after a bigger picture, which none of us will ever be in them rooms anyway. He's suing UMG, bro.
I understand that.
Yeah, you talk about something you'll never ever understand it.
Now, Jim, you was doing a whole lot of Euroing, a whole lot of Russell Westbrook energy, Euroing around the questions, bro. Listen, man. You cannot compare Drake trying to go after UMG to Tracy Morgan getting into a car accident and losing somebody and suing the company that he got into a car accident with. Those are two different worlds. You can't compare those lawsuits. But that's the problem with us. We always comparing shit. And a lot of times we just be talking. We talk off the hip. We ain't aiming at nothing. We talking off the hip. But who could forget that Charlemagne predicted all of this?
What is the next move for Drake?
Lawsuit.
No.
That motherfucker is gonna sue. Listen.
Why? He needs to sue all the investigators
No.
on Twitter have been pulling all the stories.
The investigators on Twitter ain't got shit to lose. Let me tell you something. Drake is half white.
Exactly.
Okay?
This is what
Y'all about to
talking
learn.
about.
Say he's gonna
Drake mama's side of the family is like, oh no, Aubrey. No. This man is out here calling you a pedophile.
Not
Listen,
Aubrey.
there's probably people at Nike. There's probably people at Universal. There's people that got real vested interest in Drake. That is a multi-billion dollar entity.
Yeah.
They're like, you gotta protect your name. Fuck all that rap shit. Yep. Call your cousin. Call your cousin, who's the lawyer. All right.
But then he just gonna prove Kendrick right.
Who said Kendrick was wrong? Drake knows he's half white.
No, I'm just saying what Kendrick was just saying, how he don't know his black. Like,
He's not suing. He
I'm saying, like, I can see him suing.
Boy, was Andrew Schultz wrong. Now, again, DJ must have chimed in. I mean, he put up a laughing emoji, you know what I mean? And he said, let's go Dodgers. But I want to go back to what the judge said about this. And it says, not like us, you know, went on to win a Song of the Year, this past year's Grammy Awards. This is just a report. And it says, at the heart of the case was whether Not Like Us can be understood to convey factual statements that Drake is a pedophile and has had with minors. The upshot of the ruling, context matters. The court stressed that the song was released during the rap battle. The average listener is not under the impression that a diss track is the product of a thoughtful or disinterested investigation. conveying to the public fact-checked, verifiable content. You know what I mean? This is what the judge wrote. The tone of the song reinforces the idea that it can't be interpreted as fact, the court said. Not Like Us is full of profanity, trash talking, and hyperbolic language, all which are indica of an opinion. The order stated, in the suit, Drake pointed to the lyrics, rabbit hole is still deep. Drake pointed to the lyrics, excuse me. The rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise, suggesting that Lamar has concrete evidence to back this up about his pedophilia accusations. Now, let me tell y'all something, man. I don't think any of us, when we heard that song, we were sitting here saying, oh, nah, we've had that discussion before, but again, where there's smoke, there's fire. And it's a lot of smoke. Where I don't believe that, I've gone on and stated, and whenever you say anything that you favor, that it swings in Drake's favor is, oh, you this, or you that, or the other. I didn't believe to that extent. But you got a lot of freaky shit online, my nigga. If you was never online playing with your dick, if you was never online with the text messages and all the relationships, what you position as friendly relationships with, people that you have, artists or not even artists, athletes, whatever, none of that shit would have stuck. None of it. But that's the gift and the curse of you putting your life in front of everything and you being the one that always want to show everything you got going on. There has to be some sort of level of reservation, and Drake has never had that. Now, it was bad. It was bad when Akademiks started saying shit like this.
Number one, but that's not why I'm saying that. I'm saying why sue the label? Why sue the label when Kendrick said it? Just sue the nigga. Now, again, I don't mind the lawsuit because I want to find out Drake's business. Like his real business. Like the shit he probably wouldn't tell me. I want to know how much he's getting paid. I want to know how much Kendrick's getting paid. I want to know how much everybody getting paid because I'm a pocket watcher. But so I don't mind the lawsuit because hopefully these things will come to light. But here's the point of everything. Like, I don't get what the lawsuit against the label. I get that, okay, they devalued you, this and third. But now it's kind of going to conspiracy land. Oh, all of these people, Spotify, Rock Nation, which maybe Rock Nation, because they definitely do shit like that. But Spotify, UMG, they all came together and says, ha, 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 now is the time. Let's get Aubrey out of here. Nah, I don't think so.
And when you start going into conspiracy land and y'all idiots start breaking out them tinfoil hats, let me tell y'all, more times than less, y'all be wrong, dead wrong, thinking that everything is just this strategic plot to take down said person. I'm going to tell y'all something. Drake took himself down. Pause. Drake put himself in a position where I feel like his credibility for whatever it was worth at this point is ruined. Now, amongst the people that's going to support any and everything that this nigga do and can't see no wrong in anything that he does, they're going to keep rocking with him. Who knocks that? Of course, we've now been put into this pick your side era. When I was a kid and I was growing up and Jay-Z and Nas was going at it, we didn't pick a side. We listened to everybody. We listened, but guess what? The culture of social media has now put people in a position where you have to stand on this or stand on that. And the side that he picked was himself. This lawsuit was self-serving. The shit was pointless. And even by being thrown out, oh, they probably paid him under the table. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. You think if they paid him a cent, that we wouldn't hear about it? That it wouldn't be public knowledge? That they wouldn't even stand on it? They would stand on that. But what it has done is ruin his relationship business-wise with the same company that he's still signed to. Now, I don't know if he's going to try to get out of his situation. I don't know if he wants to get out of the situation. I don't know if he's looking to get out of the situation, but it's bad. I think it's bad. Drake is still a big artist that can sell records, right? But I think that perception changes how you hear shit. That's the era we in. And it hasn't just started. It's been like that for a minute. I mean, you go back to Ja Rule, totally different situation. It was street shit involved. People got hurt. It was everything. And that's another thing. When people started getting hurt in the Drake shit, people started acting like Kendrick. Bro, ain't no Compton niggas going over the border to go do nothing to no Drake. That shit was Toronto business. Whatever they got going on up there, that was Toronto business. You know what I'm saying? The whole, he posted my house. And bro, people know where your house is. You're the biggest artist in the world. That's what everybody claims you is. You know what I'm saying? People know what your house is. People know what your house look like. We see videos of your house all the time. We see in the basketball court. We done seen the trophy room. You done showed us the bed, the kitchen. I'm pretty sure you ain't show everything, but they have enough to know what your house looks like. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. Drake, I'm gonna keep it 100, my nigga. I'm gonna keep it 1,000, my nigga. You did bad. You did bad. I'm from Harlem. That's what we call doing bad. You did bad. And you did bad because you panicked. You panicked. And I'm pretty sure your feelings was hurt. Your feelings was hurt. The world that once loved you turned against you in many ways. But ask yourself how much of that came from you. For real. Like, really have that convo. How much of that actually came from you? Everybody said, well, what you wanted him to do? What you just chill? You'd have been better off chilling, letting shit blow over. Know what I mean? Coming back, this still would have been jokes. Niggas have been wilding you up. They'd have been wilding you up. It still would have been jokes, but at the same time, like, you'd have been better off not saying nothing, not releasing all them songs, not keep shooting. Them songs kept looking like you were shooting for approval from the people. But that approval from the people that it seemed like you once seeked, now is tarnished. And I don't think it'll ever be the same. Ironically, you got an album called Nothing Was the Same. I don't think nothing will ever be the same for Drake again. Not saying that he won't have success. I mean, he's a multi-millionaire. I mean, he got a lot of shit going on. But as far as like how hip-hop looks at you, you did bad. You did bad. You should apologize to everybody for wasting their time. I ain't gonna lie. You should apologize to everybody for wasting their time, man, for real, because this shit could have stayed in the vault, man. You could have went without going with a lawsuit. You could have went without trying to prove that it was bots and all this other shit. Bro, it was a rap battle, the biggest fight ever. That's like being in a ring. That's like the Thriller of Manila happening, one of the biggest fights ever, and one fighter complaining he got knocked out because too many people in the arena was making noise when he got hit. I got hit and everybody started cheering, so I couldn't focus. I'm suing for that. That's what it gives to me. Y'all let me know how y'all feel, though, man. This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. Don't be out here suing niggas, though. Peace.